Hey guys, and welcome back to episode number 10 of the Newcastle Jets in the EFL career mode as we open up today's proceedings away from home against Newport County, the club of YouTube legend Big Docs, who's actually using Newport County for his club and country playthrough at the moment. I suggest you guys go and check it out. He is really, really good, but then come back to me as you see Silvera with a beautiful goal from outside the box. And I'll tell you what, people, my young bloke Thomas was into me this afternoon. He's like, Dad, you never score any goals from outside the box. Why don't you try to score goals from outside the box? Well, I tell you what, young Thomas, you can eat your words as Olsen sweats it across the face of go to Boomel, the king of Cameroon, Newcastle's favourite son, and we go 2-0 up. And I tell you what, I can tell I'm playing against the AI, not Big Docs, because Big Docs plays on Ultimate and he absolutely smashes it. But Big Jack Duncan comes up with a double save there to keep the 2-0 scoreline intact. And I've got to tell you what, guys, one of the favourite things for me about making these videos is just my two children, Thomas and Edward. They absolutely love it. And even though I don't have very many people watching, they think Dad is an absolute superstar. And you can see I have my confidence up in this game as hold the ball up there with Boomel and then try the finesse shot, which goes just wide, and then we follow it up with an absolute awful shot there as we see Newport County enter our box, and they've got an awful shot of their own with 15 minutes to go in the game, and we will go on to finish 2-0 winners after Big Jacko. Check that out for a save. Honestly, he's been so good this season for us. He'd have to be up there. I know Boomel is the leading goal scorer in the league, and I don't think Jack is going to win the Golden Glove for most clean sheets, but I tell you what, he's been absolutely essential for us as we've started this process of climbing back up the ladder. And after two losses in succession against bottom of the table Barrow and then in the FA Cup against Burton Albion, it was nice to get a result against Big Docs' Newport County as we move into the next game against Bradford City, the Bantams. And geez, I got some memories of these guys as when I was a kid and watching the highlights of the EPL on SBS. And Bradford, they had this little Italian, Patrick Carboni. I tell you what, go and check out his highlights on YouTube because he was an absolute freak. As we see Big Ryan McGowan, the ball gets blasted that goal, and I'm pretty sure it's going top bins. And this guy's been absolutely another outstanding performer for us this year. Picked him up off the free agents list, but check out that for a cheeky penalty. I've had 3 penalties this year, bottled it all 3 times. I think I've had 3 penalties against, and they've all been scored. And I'm not saying FIFA's scripted at all. That's not what I'm saying. As we see Big McGowan trying to make up for his previous error, strong in the air there, and he play the ball through to Boomel and crashes off the crossbar. And oh, that would have been so nice to get us back on terms there. But not too much later in the game, we take the throw on, quickly move the ball up to the field. Boomel, almost identical situation on the left peg, and this time he makes absolutely no mistake. The Cameroonian king, Newcastle's newest favourite son, over in the corner with the baby celebration. All the boys join in, and we're absolutely loving life at the moment as we see McGowan again. I don't often show defensive highlights, but did you see that sliding tackle? That is a man who knows he has made a mistake in the game and just absolutely desperate to make amends as Ingram makes a beautiful run down the outside, left wing back, and he just puts it on a platter for Boomel to score a brace. And you can see there was a bit of an injury tag over there. So I do take him off at half time just for precautionary measures as we we don't want to lose Big Burnbull for a couple of months because he is absolutely essential as we push for promotion. And I'll tell you another player the Bantams had for a little while was Stan Collymore, an absolutely wild man of English football who actually at one point in time of Newcastle Jets history, he'd been retired for a fair while. I don't know if Con was still in charge or Tinkler was in charge, but they were trying to bring Collymore back out. And I tell you what, he is famous for Bradford because he scored a beautiful overhead kick. And I remember seeing this on the SBS highlights when I was a kid. You could find it on YouTube, absolutely 100%. Scores an overhead kick in the pouring rain, West Yorkshire derby against Leeds to win it for him. I know a lot of Leeds fans wouldn't like to bring up that memory as we show the starting lineups from our next game in the Papa John's Trophy against Colchester. And I remember Colchester early in the year gave us an absolute touch-up 3-0. So it'd be good to get some revenge here as we see a player from Colchester go down 13 minutes into the game. And we'll check out the highlights here because we want to see how it's happened. It seems pretty serious. So we check out the highlights, and Cantor, he hasn't done too much wrong there, Cantor, but he's hit him there on the knee as he's trying to win the ball. And unfortunately, the player from Colchester goes down, and not very long later, we take the lead, which is lovely to see. Citria Venus from outside the box. Again, young Thomas, eat your words, mate. Your old man can score from outside the box. And he has another crack from outside the box. And it takes an absolutely amazing save. And then we set up, we pull our trick from the corner. And this time McGowan, he should be burying that from there, to be honest. So I'll get personal now. I'll tell a little story. Kantarowski, he's been at the Jets forever, signed very young. I think he was in the first team as a 16-year-old. He's been really unlucky with injury. And I'll tell you what, it's funny there that he's caused an injury there because when he was a very young pup playing for Broadmeadow Magic, reserve grade, I was playing for Adamstown Rosebuds reserve grade in the Newcastle NPL, and they were absolutely giving us a touch-up, and it was late in the game, and he's come through me from behind, and I've gotten up, and I've given him absolute massive serve, and he absolutely deserved it. It was a filthy challenge. The ref gave him a yellow. Showed can of the cheese. Anyway, excuse me there. Anyway, and a couple of nights later we're at training, and all the young kids from the under-19s come up to me and they're like, do you know how old that kid is who you just got up? Because I absolutely give him a rev up. And I was like, no, I don't care. And they're like, he was 14 years old. 14 years old. I think he got in 14 or maybe 15, playing reserve grade for Broadmeadow Magic in the Newcastle NPL, which is a pretty good standard, as Olsen scores in added time to take us through to the next round of the Papa John's Trophy. Things you love to see. And I'm absolutely ecstatic in the after-match press conference. And as you can see here, we're second on the table just behind Leyton Orient. And the push for promotion is definitely on. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening to the videos, and I'll see you guys next time.